Welcome to day 18 of your 75-day no gambling challenge. You're here, and that means you're showing up for your life. Today marks a major turning point in your financial recovery journey. We've spoken about understanding your debt, setting up a budget, exploring all the support options available when you're drowning. But today is for those who are ready or becoming ready to start actively repaying their debt. This step is not for those who are still unable to meet their basic needs or make even the minimum repayments. We've already addressed that in day 16. Today is for those who have stabilized somewhat and can now begin to plan their climb out of the debt mountain, one consistent step at a time. So, let's talk about building a realistic, sustainable debt repayment plan. First, let's get one thing clear. Debt won't magically disappear. It won't shrink by ignoring it, nor will it be erased by feeling guilty about it. Debt responds to strategy and action. A debt repayment plan gives you clarity, control, and a sense of direction. You'll always know where your money is going, when it's going there, and how far you've come. And this plan, when followed with discipline, will become one of the strongest pillars of your financial healing. Start by listing every single debt you have, no matter how big or small. That store account you haven't used in 6 months? Write it down. The loan you took from a friend that you've been avoiding repaying because it's awkward? That too? The R300 from the loan shark? Yes. Every debt counts, and there is no such thing as small enough to ignore. For each debt, note the total amount owed, the interest rate, the minimum monthly payment, and whether it's in arrears. Be brutally honest with yourself here. The first step toward freedom is facing your reality, no matter how messy it is. Once you have your full list, it's time to choose a repayment strategy. There are two popular approaches: the snowball method and the avalanche method. The snowball method means you focus on your smallest debt first. You continue paying the minimum on everything else, but you throw any extra money at the smallest one until it's gone. Once it's paid, you roll that payment into the next smallest debt. The beauty of this method is that it builds momentum. You see wins quickly and psychologically that helps you stay committed. The avalanche method, on the other hand, targets the debt with the highest interest rate first, usually credit cards, payday loans, or cash advances. By focusing here, you pay less in interest overall, saving more money in the long term. It's a smarter financial approach if you can stay motivated without quick wins. Neither's better than the other. The best strategy is the one you'll stick to. Pick what works for your personality and situation. Now that you know how you'll approach repayment, look at your budget, the one you crafted just a few days ago. See how much you can realistically allocate toward debt each month. Be truthful. Don't overpromise yourself and then burn out. Maybe you only have an extra $100 or are $500 to spare right now. That's okay. The key is consistency. Stick to the plan. Automate your payments where possible. Sync due dates with your payday. Remove the chance of forgetting or being tempted to use the money elsewhere. Now here's one of the most critical rules of successful debt repayment. Do not take on any new debt. I repeat, no new loans, no new credit cards, no just to get by this month decisions. You are in a season of healing and rebuilding. Any new debt will undo your progress, add stress, and rob your future self of the freedom you're working so hard to achieve. If it means saying no to social outings, luxuries, new clothes, or convenience, so be it. Your goal is bigger than temporary discomfort. Another important piece of your plan is to set realistic timelines for when each debt should be cleared. Assign dates to each one. Maybe the store card should be done in 3 months, the credit card in 8, the personal loan in 18 months. Mapping it out this way gives you clarity, and clarity builds momentum. When you see in writing that you could be debt-free in 24 months if you stay the course, something inside you shifts. Your brain begins to believe it. You begin to act with greater purpose. And it stops being an overwhelming pile of how will I ever, and becomes a clear mission. Once you've structured your plan, write it out. Keep it visible. Pin it to your wall. Save it in your journal. Take a screenshot. This isn't just a financial tool. It's your blueprint to freedom. Review it monthly and update it as things change. If your income increases, throw more into your repayments. If it drops, adjust responsibly. But stay on track as best you can. You may be wondering what to do if a little extra money comes your way. A tax refund, a side hustle payout, a birthday gift. My advice, throw it at your debt. Even small amounts make a difference. AR200 surplus may not seem like much, but when you're repaying debt, every rand or dollar you put forward saves you interest, shortens your timeline, and builds discipline. Now, I also want to remind you, if you are unable to begin repaying your debt at all because your expenses still exceed your income, this step is not for you yet. No. Don't punish yourself. Go back to day 16. Focus on stabilizing your income, exploring relief options, and having honest conversations with your creditors. Everyone's journey is different, and there is no shame in being in survival mode. You are not behind. You are just in a different phase. For those of you moving forward with repayment, remember, consistency is more powerful than intensity. A realistic plan you can stick to is better than an aggressive one that burns you out. Pace yourself. Be disciplined, but be kind. If you stumble 1 month, adjust and keep going. You are not your past, and you are no longer that person gambling away your peace of mind. And finally, please write this down. I will not sabotage my future with new debt. Make it a daily mantra, because what's the point of paying off what you owe if you keep digging a new hole behind you? Tomorrow is day 19, and we'll be taking a different approach. It's all about reflection. You've been working hard for nearly 3 weeks, and it's time to slow down just a bit and look inward. You'll have the space to assess your progress, note your wins, big or small, and gently identify where there's room for improvement. Reflection is an important part of the recovery process, and I promise you, it will refuel your motivation. But today, take this task seriously. Sit down, write your debt repayment plan. Choose your method, set your goals, and map out your timelines. This is how you take your power back. Not just from gambling, but from anything that ever tried to steal your future. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow.